Welcome back to teamfortress.tv. I'm your host, Overtabs. With me is Peter,
Howdy.
the lovable Dane. Anyway, in the meantime, this is still DreamHack Winter 2016. This is Battle for the North, the tournament that decides and pits 4 Scandinavian teams against one another to decide who's the best at TF2.
Yeah, who's the best country?
Well, who's the best country?
And the best people.
And the best people.
Yeah.
Okay. If you've missed all the action from before, we've done our round robin, so that means all the teams have played against one another, just almost like a forced little scrims, and then we also get to find out the little seedings and whatnot.
Yeah.
But we also had our semi-final, and that meant it was a single elimination bracket, so one of those teams has to go home. Sadly, it was Norway. They got knocked out by Team Finland in the first seed, so they're going straight to the grand final. So now we have to find who is joining them between Denmark and Sweden.
Yeah, and it's extremely close. We started off by having Sweden losing to Finland, but then Finland lost to Denmark, and then
it's literally like rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. So this could go any way. Like the
Yeah.
only real constant has been Norway getting just completely dunked on.
Yeah. I think it's just comes down to the maps. I think because we've been doing the round robin thing, we had to randomize the maps. We just shot them out.
Yeah.
It's like, you're playing this map, deal with it. And I think some teams have shown, like, great prowess on one map and then terrible like ability on others. So I think when it comes to this best of 3 now, they actually get to choose and pick and ban their maps, Peter. So this is going to be great for them in a way. They've got a lot more control, but at the same time it can be a bit scary because some teams were relying on that the chances to go their way. So before we go into what they actually picked, what they actually banned, let's reintroduce these teams. And I actually have got some fancy dandy Gentleman John stats team sheets working away this time. I didn't have them last game, but I've got them working now, so I'm going to get those open for you right now. I'm going to open Team Sweden. Team Sweden.
All right. Yeah. As we see here, it's Team Sweden. It's Onkaya on Medic, Smear on Demo Man, Benny is on Pocket Soldier, Sjoberg and Herpy on Scout, and then Ali is playing Roamer. And Ali is, of course, the Demo Jumper Supreme, and normally Demo Man, but he is off-classing here to Roamer.
So this team entered the tournament. They're the most stacked team out of all of them. If you probably recognize a few names out there if you've been tuning into ETF12's Premiership season.
Yeah.
So you can see that they've all got Prem experience. By Prem experience, I mean that's literally top tier 1. Considered in the game of TF2. So these guys should know what they're doing. They should be able to almost just go into a game and automatically know what each and every one of them is expected from them. Yet they haven't quite ran away with it compared to these other teams that have got a few tier 2 people thrown into the mix.
Yeah, this is an entire Prem team, and all the other teams have like 1 or 2 that are perhaps 1 level below. But even then, there's like still a couple of players that are probably like standout players and who might be like a problem. But actually, like I was going into this thinking the scouts could be like a big problem for Sweden. But so far they've been really solid. Yeah. And actually been like kind of what's carried them through.
So what do you think it is? What is the problem with Team Sweden? That the fact that Finland did manage to beat them out. Everyone expected this team to come out in the first seed, and yet here they are. And they came out with the second after the round robin.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I see like a big problem. They all took like 1 map off of each other, so it could just be that they started out slow. So I don't know, I'm really hesitant to actually put too much stock into the round 1 results, but I do think that they're not perhaps that used to actually playing with each other, because it's not like in a Danish community or the Finnish community where it's kind of small. It's a lot bigger in Sweden, so they might not be used to just playing with each other. They just play on other teams. Yeah. Have like other nationalities as well.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Anyway, in the meantime, they will be facing off against Denmark, and I can pull up for that sheet for you right here. And behold, like magic, it does not appear, but now it appears.
Yeah.
Magic takes time. So on the Denmark squad, we've got the legendary F2 on Medic. Dr. Phil will be his demo man. Zenith will be playing the Pocket Soldier, a little switch up halfway through the tournament. Potato will be playing, I believe, the Pocket Scout. Flash will be playing the Roaming Soldier / Utility for the team, and Hellberg will be playing Sniper probably, but sometimes we might see him on Scout.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think he's going to be playing like more scout than sniper, to be honest. But this is a very flexible team in that there's actually like 4 scout mains. Then Potato, Thalas, and Hellberg are all pretty much scout mains. So that leaves Dr. Phil and F2, who like can play medic and projectile classes.
If only we could run 4 scouts in game.
Oh, that sounds balanced as hell.
You could do it in matchmaking. Why can't you do it here?
Yeah, but I think we're going to see like a lot of flex spots opening up as like if Thalas goes sniper, like Hellberg will be playing scout, and when Hellberg goes sniper, then Thalas will probably go scout.
Yeah.
We might even just see Hellberg go sniper and Thalas staying on soldier. You know, there's a lot of different opportunities. So yes, you have 4 scout mains, but that just means that they can all switch to scout and play it competently.
So we saw Denmark in the round robin. They were doing okay here and there, slipping up in places, but they did come out as the 3rd seed when it all came said and done. Was there, like, I'm going to just ask you the same questions as I did for Sweden. Is there any glaring, obvious mistakes or improvements that need to be done, or?
I think probably the biggest issue is first of all, you know, you have the 4 scouts, so like Sen is not a pocket by trade.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to take some adjusting, and he's definitely not used to playing with F2. Like Dr. Phil has played like quite a bit of medic with Sen, but Sen has not played with F2, so there could be some cohesion issues.
Yeah, I mean, your pocket, your combo need to be like on the same wavelength if they really want to get things done. While F2 might want to back out of a prickly situation, I bet Zenith want to meet it with full force, and we have seen that from him a few times where he's jumping in by himself, and it only leads me to believe that Zen is like bloodthirsty, whilst F2 is a lot more conservative. And
yeah, that could definitely be an issue. I will say, like, pretty much the biggest strength for Denmark against Finland was the Ubers. Like, the Ubers were just crushing Finland's Ubers. So it definitely is, that's a good sign if you're Denmark, right? Because your combo will be probably the biggest question mark when you have a team comprised entirely of scouts.
Yeah.
But also, I think they really need to get Hellberg going. Hellberg has not had a very good land so far, I don't think. Whereas the last time he was at DreamHack Winter, he was doing extremely well. So
yeah, well, let's see how Hellberg actually tailors off to his counterpart over on Sweden, Herpy. And it seems Herpy's just he's actually been having quite a sick land by the looks of the stats.
Yeah, yeah, he definitely has. Like, he has been just doing absolute work, and especially like when you have like these cough maps or games where like it will be drawn out a little bit. He tends to be really, really good at that and just capitalizing on small openings.
Yeah.
I'm not actually entirely sure who's like the close scout and who's the roaming scout, if you can call it that.
Yeah, I'm looking at these stats now. I'm like, I hope to God that they. Anyway, production has reminded me that the games have gone live. These teams are foaming at the mouth to just play one another. So we have to put away the stats for now. Let's load into the game.
Here we go. This is beautiful. Right. Denmark versus Sweden. This is map number 1. It is Gullywash, and we will go into this first mid. And no sniper to mid for Denmark already.
Yeah, the first pick, Gullywash. This was the pick for, I believe, Denmark. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and a big bomb coming from Thalas takes down so many players, including Kaya. Well, he only really damages them, but this is looking extremely good for Denmark. Ali is just in the choke here. Does manage to get the med kit, but he is the only one alive who's going to jump away. So a really solid mid here for Denmark coming out. They do lose F2, however.
Yeah, they're just going to cap off the mid points and get this 3-second point. The way that Gullywash is set up, it's very difficult to hold on to this second point if you're at a disadvantage. So they're just going to have to take it. But now, actually, no, they will contest it. I thought, to be honest, I thought Denmark would be, getting really, really quickly off the mark to go for that second point. But instead, they opted to wait for F2 to come back and just didn't want to push without heals, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess Thalas didn't get the memo. He got caught in. And now we have a lot of players for Sweden right now playing just in this choke area. And they're basically having like no one watching the big door. But they have pulled back quite a bit now. So this is a stalemate situation. However, there is a 90% Uber coming out right now for Kai. So they could do a dot push. It would be a very risky dot push. And F2's probably standing pretty far back. Yeah, you can see F2 holding all the way back at the point. And now that he has his Uber, he will start moving forward.
Anyway, whilst the stalemate's going on, I'm going to just point your attention to our fancy new technology. We've got direct player webcam, so we can see whenever the Flash picks its nose. So it's pretty good.
We actually have people coming in here onto F2 as a double soldier bomb. Vanny goes down first, but the second soldier is still around. That's Ali. Oh, he gets piped as well, but he does get the force out. Great bomb in there by Sweden. Let's see. They have to just overcome this small time frame now, where Denmark has a 2-man advantage. They don't want to overextend and die, or they don't want to get forced themselves.
They're thinking about trying to get into this chokeway, see if they can force the enemy medic on Kaya, but he isn't getting it all for free. Falash is waiting for him in the drop-down area, but they decided against it. They decided to go big door, so that completely sidesteps the play that Falash was going to pull off. And now that they just need to keep an eye out on where these soldiers could be. A bit of a question mark right now, and Sjoberg's like just having a quick glance around, and they don't know where he is. So he's backcapping now, so they know where Falash is. They don't have to worry about the surprise roam of play on Top Guy's life.
Yeah, soldiers coming in here. Vanny taking the charge, getting the Uber right away. F2 is in trouble. I don't think he's going to be able to get out. No, he will get taken down by Ali. And Helberg is caught behind lines as well. I think there might be one more soldier bomb coming in from Falash. He's hiding in big door, but this is a clean second pick right here.
Every time Falash goes to hide, everyone just avoids him. He's just been a non-factor all games. Then actually getting the pick onto Vanny. I think he was just going for another play as I know whilst they're building the Uber. Oh wait, Kaya went down. How did that happen?
Man, that was critical. Absolutely.
You look away for a second and the medic goes down. Oh, I did not see that coming. Anyway, Zen has also been picked off, kind of overextended, probably peaking at the success that he had on Kaya earlier. Yeah, so yeah, they can start building that Uber now over on Denmark.
Yeah, they really need to be careful. You know, they need to keep F2 alive, and F2 is pushing out with his team. So if at any point they overextend or lose a fight, F2 will be in the danger zone. So let's see, he's up top right now. He does have a soldier with him. Might even have several.
Well, they've taken out Ali, so that's the Roma dealt with, and with that, they're just going to back out. They know that they can't, if they can't threaten F2's life, there's not much point trying to hold on to the second point from the position they're in. Because he is going to have that Uber very soon, and they could possibly threaten with it, and the last thing they want to do is be Ubered upon by Denmark.
Yeah, Vanny is holding really far forward. I think he's trying to force them as they go through choke. However, he is not successful. He does get out alive, though. And Sjoberg will get out alive as well. So there's still one sticky trap on the point.
Oh, and what a sticky trap it was. Smear caught out both of the scouts. All the Cappy power gone. Smear even getting a bonus Flash kill as well. I guess you could technically say that's 3 scouts down for Denmark. And now F2 is trying to get out as quickly as he can. Oh, Dr. Phil denying the flank from her P there. Got it under control, but the scouts need to start looking around at the floor beater.
Yeah, indeed. Like that was a really standard sticky trap just on the point, and they just lost sight of it and forgot about it, I suppose. Zen's holding the balcony here, pretty standard, just holding it. Is Falash actually playing Spy, or is he just checking things in spawn? I think he's just checking. No, he is actually out in the lobby. So he's just going to be able to call it whenever someone goes inside.
Yeah, we'll see if his play works out, but it's very strange. My heart goes out to Denmark because they spent such a long time just trying to. He's uncloaked now, and they've caught wind of him. They've slapped him down. So that play did not work out in the end.
They do get Ali. Oh, and look at that. Vanny goes down as well to a headshot from Helberg. So
yeah, but with Flash down, really, they're missing a player. Zen is, trying his best to like poke his head in, but these shutter doors make it very difficult to get to the medic to where he's positioned right now. Very well played by Onkaya and Co to keep him secured there. Really limits the option for Denmark.
Indeed. I think Falash is now just checking things in spawn. He might decide to actually just leave on Spy once again. But either way, just getting 2 kills as the last died on Spy is very good for Denmark. Yeah, there's actually some fighting up top.
But it seems Denmark has to make that climb again. They were doing the climb earlier very slowly, taking more and more ground, and one sticky trap later, they're back at square one. It just feels like they have to just do it all over again. Snakes and ladders, it feels, in this game.
He's making his way in. This is just basically trying to buy time for Ali, who's on sniper here in Riverside.
Just peeking around. I'm not sure how I rate Ali on sniper. I mean, I've only ever seen him on projectile classes.
Yeah, we might learn something today. But he has definitely been spotted, and Denmark is aware that there's a sniper, and that's going to help them a lot.
I mean, he's doing the healthy thing on sniper. Once you've been caught, he's just rotating around, trying as much as possible to see if he can keep them on the toes. The worst thing you can do with sniper is be predictable in the same spot over and over again. But a better way to deal with another sniper is to get your own sniper.
Yeah, indeed. He had not spotted Hellberg at all. But he should probably be expecting a counter sniper at all times. When,
yeah, especially if you've got Falash and Hellberg on the team.
Exactly. You see Vanny actually taking down Falash here. So Falash went for what I guess we could call a counter stack.
Yeah, I think once you lose a...
oh, there's a sword in onto F2. Oh my god, that was close. F2 did not pop his Uber. Walls of steel there.
You can see these teams are just trading roamers all the time. It's just what happens. Once one roamer's died and you go like, well, I might as well, sacrifice my life. It's an opportunity, and I won't get punished for it too hard if I die because the enemy roamer's dead. But then you got this weird back and forth where it's like, oh, I've respawned, but the enemy roamer's still dead. Maybe I should go in.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a high death rate on both of these roamers. Oh, Falash, he's hiding around this corner. He's trying to jump around. He actually forces on Kaya. He was brought down to 60 health there. So pop it, don't drop it. I think he had to. His hand was forced.
Yeah, add another death to Falash statistic there, but he's happy about that one, that's for sure. So now it's just all about can Denmark actually push out in time. Falash has spawned now, so they can even leave a person on last, but this is very difficult to actually get out these doors, and it looks like Denmark's going to just not deal with that and go up from on top. But they have popped the Uber right away, and everyone from Sweden...
They're really chasing him, but Smear somehow, with all these invincible players, he finds a pick amongst the huge, massive push, and they're making a push back. They're using that confidence, and they've been completely dashed, it looks like. I don't think that was the play, but Herpy's still alive. He could maybe clean this up. They're linking up with the rest of the players over on Sweden.
Yeah, Sweden is definitely winning this fight, as Falash is just desperately trying to. Actually does manage to trade here, but Vanny is pressuring the point. We see Stan hiding in there, and there we go.
Yeah, because they made that huge push from choke area to... pretty much find some picks, and then they did a counter little fight. I think they just did that just to ensure a back cap play, but when the back cappers realised, oh, we can't fight what's on last, we'll just come around and pincer them instead. So it worked out. It's a very difficult situation for Denmark to deal with. It just turned up a little bit unlucky for them.
Yeah, indeed. I think we can all trace it back to Sen dying in choke. And of course Denmark's decision to actually pop out.
Everybody wanted in on that Uber, it felt like.
Yeah, he had to flash 3 players, and then there was like a millisecond where he wasn't flashing and got punished. Phil's going to go into choke here, and we see the opposing demo man just playing the same thing. And Phil is being very aggressive. The last might jump in, and Zen is just on top of the point, but Potato will actually be the first kill. Smear's getting jumped though, he's getting bounced into the Danish team. But this is actually looking really good for Sweden overall.
Yeah, they've completely overpowered him. I think it came down to Ali got a lot more done on that mid compared to Falash. Falash was at one point right on top of the enemy demo man, Dr. Phil, but just with Dr. Phil on Smear, but he just couldn't hit him for some reason. He just missed him, or just didn't have enough rockets involved. But yeah, from there it just snowboarded for Sweden.
Yeah, indeed, and Denmark has to be careful here. If they go behind 2-0, Sweden will gain the ability to just slow everything.
Oh, Vanny's in water. Vanny was in water. Good night.
Yeah, Phil is he's aware of that. He has good game sense. Not gonna fall for that, but a nice little try there from Vanny. Not a big deal. So we see like a sentries going up. And I don't know, this actually could be a big deal. I think I lied. We're about to see an Uber come in here from bottom, so they will be assaulted down already. They find the sentry right away, so that's
They've got a special surprise installed for them. They've got Ali rolling out as heavy. Here comes the fat man, and he's trying to just get connected onto these things, but he's going in a horrible position, and he's just taking the brunt of all this damage. Everyone on Sweden was just expecting him for that heavy to pay off, but in the way he was positioned, he was just not doing enough damage, and he was behind a corner. They could easily just kite him and avoid all the damage he could possibly lay out.
Yeah, like if you run a heavy, you want to force them to either run into him or have him come in after the Uber is done, when no one has like any ammo.
He did come in after. It was just the issue was that he was in a poor position that he couldn't get fire upon people that had plenty of cover, basically.
Yeah, looks like Denmark's going to be able to bully out Sweden here. they're going to take the choke. Everyone's just getting spammed out, and Sweden lost no one. They also didn't force the Uber though. So F2 continues to be on a massive Uber advantage.
18 minutes left on the clock, and it's just a 1 round gap, so it can very easily, the tide can be turned by Denmark. And this is their map pick, so you could say they were expected to walk away with this. They're punishing Vanny. Vanny's sent up into the sky. They just need to finish him off. He actually finished himself off. Crater into the dirt. So easy second point for Team Denmark. They're just going to head off and secure these next upcoming doors, ready for their last push.
It's going to be difficult to actually utilize the Uber advantage, though. Unkai is definitely going to get their own Uber. They do jump in, man. There we go. He even saves her P, so he doesn't know that Uber.
He lost track of Potato there, and he does get picked off by Ali, but he had to commit himself, and Dr. Phil took that trade. Dr. Phil's extremely low, though. Smear's committing himself in. He's going to trade as well. Good God. And F2 just kills himself.
Yeah, he wants the faster respawn. That's kind of that's a good move, because the enemy team will just like keep you alive.
Hellberg, is he going behind? He's fighting against Ali, and he will win, but Ali is allowed enough time for Team Sweden to cap off that second point. So they're unable to cap that last point to win the round. It is gonna go back to normal now that things have steadied off. They finished off Hellberg, who was being the pest behind, and Ali's gonna come back any second now.
Yeah, indeed. We hear a headshot ringing out from Flash. So now he has been called out for sure. And pushing into a sniper like this is very uncomfortable. It's even Uber, so this is also a good time in general.
Especially a player like Flash as well. He's a bit of a beast on this sniper, and it's going to be a real headache for them to deal with.
Yeah, indeed. You can't give him too many opportunities. There we go. He just hits Ali, and I think he even gave him a body shot as well, but he was buffed, so he's going to survive. But there we go. Yeah. Well, that's a hitting shot.
Oh, good God.
Another one.
How do you deal with this?
Well, very carefully. You spam around corners, and there we go.
They did spam around corners. Got a very healthy amount of damage, and Onkai is milking it for all it's worth, and they've trapped in Zen. They're going to pick him off. They can probably still use the super to get in, and there he is. Vanny's trying to jump in, follow up, make some room for his team. He's the first one in, but the scouts pepper him down. The scout overcommits, though. Both of the scouts overcommit, and even Flash goes down during the fray as well. Dr. Phil is the only one to survive with F2 yet again, and he's picking up a few kills here and there. He needs to survive, keep... he's gone outside, actually. F2's like, where are you going, buddy? I need you back inside.
Yeah, you can kind of see... I'd say F2 is, in general, a pretty defensive medic, or pretty passive medic. Like, he prefers to stay alive, and he's not going to overextend. And we saw Phil there.
I think everyone prefers to stay alive, though, Peter.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of medics are more willing to commit. It's actually like a scout in lower main there. Oh, he actually got picked.
Yeah, P gets taken out. Vanny's being thrown straight in there. He's done a decent amount of damage, but he's been bounced up like a bouncy ball, and in the end was kited, controlled, and killed.
Yeah, but I think Sweden has kind of bought enough time. Like, Denmark is not really holding the doors very effectively right now. This looks like an old Lego hold. Well, I say old, but it's just like a Lego hold where they have the Denmark.
They've thrown the Girardi out. It's laying out a couple of mini crit status ailments on them, so they do a bit more damage, but Sjoberg's just going to shake it off. He's just not going to commit himself to the fight whilst covered in that. It's an interesting little twist to the sniper that we've had allowed recently in competitive TF2.
Yeah. Oh, and there we go. Uber gets forced out. That was just enough damage and pressure coming out from Zen.
Hellberg is just is in a very strange place, and right on top of Smear. I don't know where everybody else in Sweden is. Took the scenic route, it seems.
Yeah, indeed. But that was a really interesting push out by Denmark. They just pushed so far forward up top, and while buying time for their sniper and space for him as well.
Interesting play coming out of Sweden here. I mean, I'm not going to kiss and tell, but we'll see if it works out nonetheless.
You have to work with the positioning here. He's actually getting healed. So that might turn things around. I don't know if they actually suspect anything. But
yeah, he's been caught. He's been covered in pee as well. He's going down.
That's embarrassing. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the thing that Girardi was actually specifically designed for, to throw on.
Yeah, there was a lot of anti-spy stuff when his update came about, wasn't there? Yeah. You can't stab the sniper. You can't run away from the sniper. I mean, there's no such thing as a counter anymore in TF2.
Yeah. Indeed. That's not entirely true. But it looks like we have an Uber coming in from Denmark into lobby here.
Oh, nicely milked by Kai here. But the question is, can Smear take this solo Uber and make something worth of it? He's just trying to lay down stickies, but they're just so slippery. Now here comes the reinforcement for the rest of Sweden after the Ubers, and you see the difference maker here. These post-Uber kills is what is destroying Denmark. They go so far, they push them all the way to the last point. And I swear I've seen this 4 times now, Peter.
Yeah, this seems to be a pattern for sure. Yeah, against Finland, Denmark's Ubers were really good, but so far, Onkaya's Ubers have just been better. Like it's just always Denmark Ubering into Sweden, and then they just not do Uber.
Could almost break down this game into a flowchart. It would just be Denmark would slow push it all the way to their last and like get so much ground, and then Sweden would just do this massive play that just turns everything on its head and sends them back to their last point.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate, I'd say. It looks like Sweden's going to rotate down into big door, and Denmark will basically all be there. They're holding from their own lobby while Flash is holding from up top as a sniper. But there we go. Vanny's going to get Ubered in. F2, he's getting caught out. He was too far forward.
He's touching him. Oh, no, not long enough, though. He will be sent to the grave, and they're just trying to pick up the pieces out just to get everybody back. Start developing like a last hold, because maybe from your own base you could actually defend things. They've lost Dr. Phil though. He does get the revenge kill with a roller onto Smear, but you need a Demoman to survive.
Oh, here comes the scouts though with a medic, and they just clean up.
Alright, that's that cushion round that they needed. That makes you really just feel above and beyond secure when it comes to playing these games now.
Yeah, this is not in no way a safe game, but this gives Sweden options, specifically options to slow it down, and they can, they can go sniper and just not push on small advantages. Like they don't have to do that.
We could see a very quick sweep of a best of 3 here, because keep in mind this was Denmark's map pick. So if Sweden run away with this and then they have to face off against on Sweden's map, Granary, it's going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah, indeed. I will say the last map probably favors Denmark, but here we go on this mid. The first jump up is a Danish soldier, but Denmark's kind of pushing underneath and just staying in their own valley. They seem unwilling to commit, but they do get the first pick in Sjoberg, and they're just playing around this sniper. Hellberg still hasn't really made much of an impact on this mid, but it looks like it's just going to be enough to actually scare Sweden. Look at Ali taking down Potato, but taking down...
Smear's just thrown himself in there as well, but they didn't focus down the right targets. Everyone that they killed was pretty expendable for Denmark, so they can just keep on going with their important beefy classes. They're rocking Flash on Scout now. The glove is off. The gauntlet has been thrown down. They're on-classing here, Peter.
Oh yeah, as Flash just gets saved there by the final of the F2 Uber.
Full-time sniper Hellberg.
Oh, I don't think that's probably going to be disgusting, but we'll see. Currently he's just peeking around and rotating. He's in big door right now, just getting arrows and buffs. And so far Sweden just opts not to have a counter sniper. This is possible to actually just run a scout back here and then have him go. But Hellberg's just going to keep on going in there, and if at any point he gets like a millisecond to actually take a shot.
They're pulling a lot of resources into the Hellberg sniper. They got a Demoman covering him, a scout buddy just in case, and it does make you wonder, these flanks are a bit weak for Denmark. I wonder if Sweden will catch wind of that and start abusing it.
When you have a class with unlimited range, you don't need flanks. I think that's
you just need to turn around, don't you?
Yeah. Hellberg, once again, he does do some damage here, and Denmark has pushed Sweden out of big door. And this is going to leave a lot of room for Hellberg. Oh, he sees the medic! Oh, that was close. Yeah. Both Flash and Hellberg actually go down to Smear.
Yeah, if he can see them, they can see him. They got some spam onto him, prevent him hitting that shot, and now they're just trying to push forward. Sjoberg kind of overextends himself a bit, and he's going to get flicked off. They pop the Uber anyway, so maybe that's what they were looking for. I mean, Honkai's still got his. He's got no reason to pop it, so they're probably just going to hold on to it for this second hold. But they do drop Ali. They're losing way too many players. At this point, it's just considered a good Uber from Denmark.
Yeah, that like I probably started out as a milk, and then at some point he was just like, no, let's just save it. As they're going to try and set up an engineer, and they should have the time here. Denmark might do some sort of suicide while Sweden is low on players, but it is very dangerous because once those players respawn, there will be a full Uber advantage still going on.
So they have them pushed to their last, but if we consider the flow chart again, Beta, it means that Sweden's going to do some massive play, like maybe picking off Flash and then push them back to the last.
Yeah. However, Denmark has bought enough time now that Sweden cannot push out with an Uber advantage. Like, it would have to be an actual Uber fight, and looks like they're just going to opt to not push out. And this is what we were talking about earlier, where we said, like, Sweden, they don't have to push on that. Like, that was a small advantage that they could push out on. It would be kind of risky, but they just have the luxury of not having to actually do that.
Just keep note, we've also got Natasha being run by her P. If you don't know what that does, it does fire slowing bullets into the enemy team, so make it a bit easier to control and maybe kite around these jumping bombs, but his damage output is going to be significantly lower compared to the average minigun. It's interesting for, say, dealing with bombing things, but when it comes to a full-on fledged push, you need the damage of that heavy weapons guy to really retaliate.
Yeah, it's a team weapon for sure. Like, it's one of those things that...
It's
like,
I trust my team weapon.
What?
Is it I trust my team weapon?
Yeah, pretty much, right. And also, it can cause the opponent team to mess up the timing, right? Because if they Uber in, then they have to be out in time when the Uber ends. And if you're all of a sudden being hit by slowing bullets, then you might not get out in time. But yeah, you're not going to kill a whole lot as an Natasha heavy.
Flash had a slight shot, I think, an attempt at Onkaya's life, but he's positioned himself well, using these barriers, these posts, to make it very difficult for Flash.
Yeah, as Flash now has taken charge of the sniper class. I was always wondering, like, is Helber going to run back to spawn and steal sniper away from Flash? Yeah. You know, I imagine...
I wonder who they consider as, like, the strongest sniper between the two, Helberg or Flash.
I don't know. I'm going to guess they are just going to awkwardly not have that conversation. I think both believe they're the better one.
We don't want a team at conflict here.
Yeah, Flash hits a big body shot there onto a soldier. Doesn't quite manage to kill him. A body shot does 150 damage if it's fully charged, and the soldier has 200 by default. So that soldier survived with 50 HP. So
they're trying all the doorways, just rotating Flash about, seeing if he can find his spot. And he had a quick peek there, but Smear's keeping these doorways well secured with the Iron Bomber. The beauty of that gun is you can Oh, wait, back up on the point. Nobody was paying attention. Helberg, he snuck in. He got past the sentry gun. He got past the players. And he even got past the casters at one point. I
just saw him there. I saw him in the water. I was like, okay, well, I don't know what you're going to do down there. Usually you're just trying to bait, but no, he just capped it. That was
Secret Agent Helberg.
Yeah, that saved Denmark so much trouble. Holy hell.
Going in espionage, taking the point underneath the noses, so nobody has to die in the war.
Yeah, that's clutch. But Denmark so far has been they're pretty hit or miss on this mid. They're going to run Helberg Sniper again. It worked the last time. They're going to be very slow on this mid and just wait it out and just try to protect Helberg.
Ali's in drop down, but they know they've laid so much damage into him, but he's still putting up a bit of a fight. He's brought that data down roughly low.
Smear is onto F2 here, but I think he's going to get caught up.
This is the car crash coming out for Sweden. Everyone's just losing their little plays that they wanted to do. Denmark reading them very well. Her P, they're just running around the corner. Her P disrespecting Helberg there with a 2-shot around the corner, and he does throw away his life, but at that point you're going to die, aren't you?
Yeah. That was a really nice 2-shot there. But it was pretty fun to see, like, how fast Sweden lost. Like, her P was still fully buffed basically. So Sjöberg even goes down to
That's
Flash.
one way to deal with a heavy weapons guy. He's been shot down by Flash. I guess you can see the beauty of running these snipers as much as Denmark are doing. And you can see again the beauty of running these snipers as Denmark are doing. And they've got the Onkaya kill, and from there they've got no heals, they've got no buffs. They can walk in for this practically for free. There's a sticky shot to deal with, and Smear got 2. Tiska.
Is
Smear actually doing this? Oh my god, they're actually holding. It's just Sjöberg gets sniped by Scout. Pistol takes him out. What a hold!
That was crazy. Like, Denmark, they were just trying to bait it, and he just timed it perfectly.
I dusted my hands from that. I was like, yep, well, they've won this one, and then never give up.
Yeah, Denmark's got to be kicking themselves. They had a perfect opportunity to just to make that.
These scouts need to start respecting some of these sticky traps. I know they just want to end things off quickly, but these sorts of sloppy plays, sometimes you need to do it by the book, even if it seems like it's in the bag. And they're just bleeding players now. I bet the morale must have taken a bit of a toll there when they somehow clawed it back. We need to refer to the flowchart again.
Yeah, the flowchart. I think we're going to add like a small sub-bracket now too that says heartbreak. But yeah, here we go. No Uber was involved in that one. Sweden are now edging their way through this choke.
Nice sneak bomb onto Ali to push Flash out of the action, but he's very, very low. He's actually wasting a lot of time just to get to back to his medic again. They're doing a good job actually defending this without the need of Flash's sniper. So with Ali ducking himself out to kind of make room for his team, they just didn't feel comfortable pushing 5v6, so they just back out. The Ubers have been exchanged though. Zen is trying to get into the jugular, try and hit these players that are being protected by the front line, but can't quite get into there.
Oh, Vanny's actually getting caught. This is
overextension from Team Sweden. Joburg does find that Hellberg kill where he was bleeding in the back there. Ali's going to get caught out as well, cleaned up by Zen. It looks like F2 wants to push Big Door and Zen wants to push Choke.
Yeah,
there we go. Okay, now they're pushing Big Door.
Yeah, you can kind of tell they're not. They might have some different ideas.
Oh, Herpy, he's in forward respawn and they know.
Yeah, they know.
He's going to switch it back, but Team Denmark don't know that. He could be hiding there the entire time. They even assigned a personal bodyguard on that door just to make sure that he's not going to pester them any further.
Yeah, but that was a really good sign for Denmark right there. You know, those were the kind of Ubers they were losing earlier, and now it worked. And Hellberg did get a kill on the flank as the Uber happened, but then Sten also won the Uber fight after that, so it was really good work for Denmark.
Now, if I was Team Sweden here, I would probably move that sentry gun.
Maybe.
You know, like, that was the sentry gun, that was the kind of sentry gun where you see it, it fills you with loads of confidence going, that's got the point covered, so we don't need to dedicate as many resources to that, when really, you know, they found ways, they found blind spots against that sentry gun.
Yeah, we should probably just keep our eyes on Hellberg, just assume he's going to run under and no, it's definitely not going to happen again. I would be very surprised. I think Denmark have kind of spotted the sentry. But Lash just peeks in here. He's just going to keep doing this. He's done this a lot of times this season. Where he will just like go in through the balcony and then just shoot him through the
oh my god, Peter, this is the strat right here. The building a wall and then making Denmark, well actually he's making Ali pay for it. He's actually built the dispenser. And again, Hellberg, he got so much time on the point. Wow. This time there were faster fingers.
Good thing they didn't listen to you about that sentry. That would have been a cap otherwise. I can't believe he gets so much time on it.
Yeah, but think about it. If that, I'm not saying no to the sentry gun. I'm saying, you know, put the sentry gun in the place that covers all the point. I mean, the thing that saved that point was I guess the quick reactions of Ali just jumping on there. But it does make them kind of nervous now. They have to hug that point just a little bit closer while it's like all his work times out a bit. Yeah. Hellberg, he's poking that same blade. Actually, they bait him out. Hellberg's going to go down and...
yeah, Sjoberg took like 150 damage from Hellberg, I think. But he does survive, and Hellberg ends up going down.
Flash, he's trying to find the pick. He's spotted Vanny, but can't quite get him. Sjoberg is trying to push him away. Shoot sniper.
Well, that's beginning to take some risks here. Denmark, I think they're beginning to feel the squeeze. There's a 1 minute and 30 seconds left. They have to get this round in that amount of time.
They're in the position where they've got the major control. It's very, very doable.
Yes. But it's equally nerve-wracking too, if you're Denmark.
It'll be interesting to see, and I'm a little worried, Peter. I mean, last time we were in this position, best of 3, it looks like it's going to come to a tie and close like that. We've had a lot of golden caps, and I'm kind of hoping we won't have that.
It should be fine. Sten is looking like he wants to go in. Hellberg once again has snuck onto the point. Oh, he actually got
double soldier, the goal, the play. The sentry gun's been moved. It's gunning everybody down as well as the bombardment from everybody else. See, he's listened to me and it worked out.
Yeah,
I'm not that bad.
Yeah, you're good indeed. It's really good advice to move your sentry once it has shot at people and you have some downtime to work with. Yeah. Looks like Potato is going to block this point, and Sjoberg's just going to go back. Not going to bother actually contesting the point. I think everyone was just like yelling at him, "No, get back here! Don't do it. We're not going to."
You see the disadvantage as well as having this engineer, because Ali was pushing out his engineer. He's not very good outside of the last point. He can't really carry all of his buildings with him. during the
15
fray.
seconds left, and Potato just basically takes the entire Uber in here. Cedric has gone down, and Benny has
they've
gone
got
down.
a healthy amount of kills. They've taken out the players.
3 seconds, 2 seconds.
Right on top of Smith. Smith stays alive though, and they've got the Ninja Stupid on the point, kept that safe, and this is huge for Sweden. This is huge.
Absolutely. I almost feel like Denmark threw that a little bit because they had it in the bag.
Yeah.
Like, or at least like to make it a draw. But no, Smear said no. Killed everyone on the point.
Yeah. Good God. Wow, that was just amazing. And the Hellberg thing as well was trying to keep them in the game as much as possible.
Yeah.
And but all for naught. That was our first map. We will get logs on the screen shortly, but in the meantime, you know, enough of the math. Who's you, in your heart? Who's your MVP?
Oh, I don't know. Probably like the most clutch of clutches. Probably like Smear.
Yeah. We always remember the big purple. We never remember Sjoberg where he's checking the flank. He's going on the point. He's capping this. No, screw that guy. It's all about Smear and his rampaging last defenses. Yeah. Okay, we've got logs now on the screen.
Yeah. All right. Let's sort this by damage like normal people, right?
So, Flash at the top. Might seem a bit unusual, but it's Gullywash, baby. It's Roma's favorite map, so they're going to get a high damage output, especially when there's a stalemate situation. They're the ones thrown in. They're going to get some damage. I'm surprised Flash's deaths aren't a little bit higher, to be honest. But
I think that was the sniper.
Yes, he was sniper. So there was a time where he was even scout at some point of the game as well. It was very. I think when it comes down to it, if Hellberg's on sniper, you know, Flash will take that scout opportunity.
Yeah. It was pretty interesting. We saw both Hellberg and the last one, Sniper to mid. So they're mixing it up. Potato had like a very passive game. You can see like he had 9 kills and 10 deaths.
Yeah,
so
it just looks like it was a lot more methodical coming out from Sweden here. Like they didn't bleed too many players. It looks like they're very strict on all of their players. We actually got some medic stats as well. Then again, the majority of these heals, I didn't really feel the touch of the pockets too much in this game. It felt more like a Demoman game for both of these teams.
Yeah, we saw Vanny hold forward quite a bit and jumping in.
And we also saw him push forward, and we also saw him take the forward respawn because he would die when pushing forwards.
Yeah, we actually saw Smear getting the most heals there, so that's pretty interesting.
Relative frags by zone, so this just tells you who's putting in the most work based on the region and which team is winning out, and it just goes to show that Denmark overall has a solid last defense, but you know, not impenetrable. Yeah. But Sweden, the very same. Look at Smear towering above everybody with those 8 kills there. I think that was probably due to that one round alone. Most of the fighting happening on middle and very back and forth. But this is like the lightning round. We're going through all of these like very quickly. Conversion rate very bad on both teams. Struggling with that last attack.
Imagine if Hellberg hadn't gotten that back cap too for Denmark. It would be even worse.
Oh man. I mean, that was just like, that was a gimmick one. That was not one that was supposed to happen anyway. I wouldn't say Denmark outplayed Sweden in that regard.
Yeah, so Denmark definitely struggling to close out here.
Yeah, it's just these last points, you know. They're doing well with. We saw them. They're doing well with second push out, mid push out, last push out. Then some clustering play happens by Sweden. They get thrown all the way back again.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really just the ebb and the flow just seemed to favor Sweden. And Onkaya's Ubers were initially a lot better, I think. We see 14 kills during Ubers to Denmark 8. The deaths during Uber also a little bit higher. But
part of those big plays was these Ubers coming out from Onkaya that he milked, by the way.
Yeah, look at the deaths post Uber. Like that's where like you can see Denmark Ubering in, and then Onkaya's Uber is still going, and then all the Danish players just died. And especially Sen got caught in a lot.
It seems a bit strange as well, because the kills post Uber, like I guess it just leads me to believe that Denmark are having these Ubers in, they're getting kited so much, and it's not like they're being counted upon, it's just they'll get kited, and then their own Ubers are actually their own worst enemy.
Almost. Like it was almost always Denmark Ubering into Sweden.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Onkaya would just milk it, and then all the Danish players would die. Well, not all of them, but like Sen would almost always have to go really far in to actually force the Uber, and then he couldn't get out, and then it would just snowball.
Anyway, so we are moving on to our second map of the the pick and bans that the teams did just a little early on.
Did we ever go through that?
We didn't go through that. We are just powering through this time. We're all about schedule here.
Yeah.
So I guess we can quickly talk about that now, but I want to quickly touch upon Granary first, though, because there was a bit where you were like saying, oh, the Danes have got this. It's a better map for them. I was like, how so, Vita?
I said that about Granary?
Yeah. I said, like, it was like halfway through, it was like, oh, they're going to lose, if they lose this first map that they won. And
I was talking about Coldplant.
Oh, right.
That's the last map.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the decider. That was the one that was nobody wanted to pick or banned.
No, I'm pretty sure
Coldplant chicken.
Denmark is okay with it.
Okay.
Like Denmark's been rolling people in scrims on Coldplant, so
okay.
I think it's just also like it's a really good scout and sniper map, and if there's anything Denmark has, it's good snipes.
Yeah, I'm just trying to pull up the picks and bans for you. So the bans went as followed. It was Denmark banned Badlands, Sweden banned Product, and then it was Denmark picked Gullywash, and then Sweden picked Granary, and then the final bans were Denmark banned Product. Wait, no, Process, sorry, and Sweden banned Snakewater, so that left Coldplant as the decider.
Yeah.
Any vibes, anything you're picking up from this pick and bans?
I think Granary is definitely a smart pick by Sweden. Denmark tends to be pretty bad on it, and Gullywash tends to be good. So
well, it makes sense. I mean, you've got loads of scout mains on the enemy team, and not many soldier mains on the enemy team.
And you can't run perma sniper on Granary.
And you can't run perma sniper. It's literally like the silver bullet, it sounds like, for Denmark. So they're in a test, pretty much. They have to make the biggest comeback of their lives, I think, in regards to the draft.
Yeah, but this is where we can kind of see the whole strategical nature of the map picks come into play.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. But you should definitely not write Denmark out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's TF2. We've seen. You wouldn't be surprised. Every time I say, oh, they've won their pick against their pick, they have to win this, and then they just give away their pick anyway. It happens so much in TF2. It's strange. Maybe it's just like a confidence thing.
Yeah,
You're so happy that you win, and then you lose focus and you lose.
Yeah, I'm not sure. At the very least, I think like pushing into last on Granary is kind of a nice push for scout-heavy teams with sniper.
Yeah,
like the sniper double scout composition is really good on Granary last.
Yeah, but they need to get to Granary last.
Yes.
That is the big challenge that people have. Granary has that issue where, when you jump, you go to the middle fight, it favors soldiers heavily because of those high towering sort of boxes and those hiding places for the soldiers to jump from as well. And I know for a fact that Smear likes this map. He feels comfortable on this map.
Yeah, so, some demo men really like Granary for some reason. Smear's I don't know, he always gets like 2 medic drops per map or something just from sticky traps. Yeah. So he has like something figured out.
Maybe it's just a record. Like when you don't really like a map and then you see your like win percentage on it, it's like, oh. No, I love this map, yeah. I love winning, therefore I love Granary, says Smear.
Yeah, it could be. If you go by like what Lego doesn't it? Lego always looks super messy, and then they win anyway. But Lego is not exactly.
Yeah. So in the meantime, we are just delaying time. Players have gone for a little break. Wiping off the sweat, drying away the tears. Over on Team Denmark and stuff like that. And I'm sure Sweden are busy high-fiving each other in the bathroom or something.
Sure, that's what they're doing in the bathroom.
I'm sure that's what players do on a break. I wouldn't know. I haven't won any of my series.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we've talked about Granary. We've talked about the map. Actually, let's talk about the other. We didn't delve too hard into the. I didn't save the results, so we've lost the bans now.
Oh, no, you are the worst.
I am the worst. I think from memory, they actually they banned Product over on Sweden. Makes sense. Sniper heavy team on the enemy, and very DM. The scouts as well. So it's very, very good for Denmark to play against them on Product, and they want to avoid that as well. As for the process ban by Denmark, I'm not too sure where they were going with that. Maybe
I think Dr. Phil just really dislikes that map, and it's kind of choky.
Okay.
So it's very easy to just slow things down. That's pretty good when you have a sniper. But
usually players, it's a sniper map. It's pretty scout friendly, really, as far as maps goes.
I think it's a preference thing.
But you know, Dr. Phil is Dr. Captain, so
yeah, like they've been doing some scrimming, and I'm pretty sure they've had poor results on process.
Oh, okay.
Right, so
why fix something when you can just completely sweep it under the rug?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm pretty sure, like, I think they feel pretty confident on Granary overall. So I don't think they were like afraid of it at all. And I also know they were feeling pretty confident about the coal plant.
Yeah.
Overall.
So although the Badlands ban, I guess that must have been like, I'm trying to remember. I'm limiting all the options. The Badlands ban from Sweden, I imagine. Is that right?
I don't think so. Sweden.
Wait,
Sweden beat Denmark on Badlands, so it might be Badlands banned from Denmark.
Yeah, that's probably it. So that makes sense. You know, using past records to just cut out the thing that they struggle so much with.
Yeah.
So the other map that would have been banned is. Oh, the players are ready. No time to talk about that now. Anyway.
Oh, what a shame.
We'll head into the game. So transition.
That's cool.
Hold on. Oh man, you said they were ready. There we go. Seamless.
Yeah, it'll be ready soon.
Like butter.
But yeah, it's a map advantage for Sweden. That's going to give them some confidence. I'm sure they'll get ready. As we have our little 10-second timer here to talk things over.
It is nice having this 10-second timer. Usually in TF2, I'm literally spitting out like 4 words a second just to cover of what a team was trying to do at certain points in the game, but having these 10 seconds is a lot of breathing room to explain to you what's going on towards these tail ends of the round.
Yeah, indeed. See if who's fastest by Dr. Phil and
Smear opting to roll out the top side. He's going to pick up that. Oh, he's taken out Dr. Phil. Well, that's a win.
That's that mid.
Yep.
Dr. Phil just immediately getting slammed by Smear. You said he liked that map.
Yeah, he liked that map.
You had no idea.
You'd think Dr. Phil would have seen the stickies and went like, a bit disrespectful to think like the enemy demo man isn't going to use his mouse too quick enough.
Yeah, and once again, the last hides in a corner, and then they just completely walk the other way as the Sten tries to get a force out of them, and that doesn't work. Flash comes in from the side though, and even that hasn't worked. Look at Onkaya just hiding safely in the corner. And
well, he's very low now, and he's a bit sheepish about poking his head further. Picks up a health bag, so it's like the situation never even happened. They've got so many players bled, dead. Dr. Phil's already used his stickies. They've kept the F2 Uber though, so they can kind of delay things. They actually pick off an overextended alley, an overextended Vanny. I wish they kind of grouped up a little bit better than that.
Oh, Sten might get taken down here. Yeah, there he goes. P and Smear teaming up. Smear might get juggled really well there. Yeah,
there and he's just tanking through all of them. He just runs straight at them, puts the gun in their mouth and fires. He's out of his mind. And they don't care. They just go taking the same power maneuver back at them. Yep. So they will manhandle and get this point over and done with. So it's up to Vanny to get creative. He was thinking about hiding, but he's going to back off instead.
Yeah, F2 is being kind of left alone there. Denmark kind of split up to try and cover all the entrances, but that meant that F2 didn't actually have anyone to heal. So, you know, he's still left with a big Uber advantage here as the Lego will make their way into mid. But pushing into this mid without popping Uber is very difficult and very uncomfortable.
You can see the spam overhead from Smear as well. He's not even in the any danger, and he's still spamming them from far away. I guess the ability of the Iron Bomber. So they do lose a couple of players. They're trying to force out S2, but he's having none of it, or his team is having none of it. They're going to get cleaned up. You even have, I believe it's Flash poking forward, seeing if he can get any slide picks, sneak his way in, but they know where he is. He's hidden in Z, and Sjoberg, he cuts that avenue off immediately.
Yep, having none of that. But Denmark, they still got the yard for free, and now they're just trying to edge this point. Just putting a soldier on it every once in a while. But actually, they're just going to Uber in.
Look at the spam. It's very nice to see coming out from both of the soldiers.
Well, there's a scout hiding there as well. He gets taken down, so not the best decision. But Sten is still behind. He's onto the medic. Onkaya's so weak. He has him in the air.
Yes, I think he had to use it. Did he create it first and then use it? Or did
no, Sten is still alive, though. Okay, there he goes. Finally. But that was the weirdest force. He was just like waiting for him with the
he's on top of Onkaya and all that for nothing. Well, that times.
And the F2 gets jumped as well, but he survives as Potato basically does some cleanup work there.
It's getting a bit very messy. Vanny's made his way behind, but he's kind of announced his presence by just spamming out. He wants to lay maybe a little bit of damage onto F2. He's been shot and jumped at the same time. He's Kratos to his own death. Well done to Zen there for shooting him just before he makes his own rocket jump. He had to die hitting the ground.
Indeed. Denmark once again controlling this whole area in the yard, and now they're going to go for the point. Looks like they're going to drop a soldier up top while they put Potato onto the point. They are being contested by Stickies here, but I think eventually Smir will just back off and give it up, and there we go. So F2 now with the full Uber just going to pop in on entrance. Denmark have been favoring this a lot, and they get Smir. That's a big pick. That means they can now play the point and force everyone down there. Actually, they do lose a scout as Potato was trying to get it. F2 surfs out. That's pretty nice, and Ali was going for the Uber save, but it's not going to be enough. So Denmark takes the lead early on in the second map.
All right, this is looking good again. My point is being completely shattered, thinking that you know, because it's their map pick, they feel more confident on the map, but maybe overconfidence is a detriment.
Yeah.
Bit of Puta spam by Flash just before the start of a round. There's never a dull moment, I suppose.
Puta's got a poot. We have another rollout.
All right, so take two. So checklist for Dr. Phil: don't die at the first 2 seconds of the middle.
Yeah. Can he do it?
If it happens again, I'm leaving.
Smir has his ticket up again, so Dr. Phil is left with
Yeah, there we go. Much better, Dr. Phil. Clear the charges before you breach.
Yeah, he did it.
They've lost Flash though, so very early pick. And look at all this spam that they're sharing.
Oh.
They got out way too late by the time they made that decision to get out. So now they have to try and do their best to take out on Kaya. They don't even have anybody in, so they're not even going to attempt it. They're going to send people back instead, have them maybe opt to hide, which is what Hellberg is doing right now. Maybe, you know, sneak some other method, get some good sight lines going. They should see this coming though. They should be checking all these spots.
Hellberg is hiding behind. He was kind of hiding in a spot.
How have they not spotted him? He's literally a secret agent. He's done this on Gullywash, and now he's doing it again. Oh, Herpy, he's got the bodyguard for Ankaya. He's been found out, and he's been slapped down.
And he brought the cavalry as well once he had that spotted. And the last might go down as well. Yeah, there he goes. So that's all of a sudden 2 down for
that's
Denmark.
the flank gone. That's second point lost. You can't hold on to the second point without having a flank. So they're pushing in. They're walking in for free because they know Zen can't really commit without throwing his life away.
Yeah,
and they don't have an Uber charge over on a Team Denmark. Dr. Phil's been knocked up in the air. Equalizing round on the board for Sweden. That's more like it. Well, I sound a bit bitter. I mean, bitter.
It kind of sounds like you have a grudge here.
Yeah, but it's just more because I was like, well, make the prediction, and I like to be right.
Yeah.
Very egotistical.
Yeah, so far it just seems like Phil is really struggling to make a move or get some good ground on mid.
Yeah.
Like Smir is just really shutting him down right now.
I want them to do it. I want to see a third round. Honestly, I want to see Coal Plant. I think these two teams on Coal Plant will be a joy to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. First, we have to have a mid here to watch as Dr. Phil will make his way in there once again. And
no, guessed wrong. He thought he was going to come top this time, but he actually went the same way again. Everyone, Dr. Phil, the double bluff, I believe.
Yeah, indeed. Then taking a lot of damage there, and actually lands on a sticky, gets taken down. And Denmark once again just struggling. F2's going to go down.
He got a nice little bomb onto the enemy team there, and Denmark, they're just trying to see if they can squeeze any sort of crazy kills out of onto Kaya, and it was a massive play coming out by Flash.
What a play. He duped them so hard, just jumped above them, and then just got the medic.
I mean, surely he was called there, that he was in that little area, unless he did that jump without being seen, but you think Ankaya would have backed off there, not even risk it.
Yeah, indeed. We see Denmark actually trying to recap second here. Vanny is still around, but he goes down now.
Nice little cleanup by Team Denmark, making sure that Vanny doesn't bring on a random little bomb inside. Oh, Dr. Phil is brought down very low. Potato's caught off. He's actually winning the 1v1. Herpy will actually turn it around in the end with the support of his team.
Denmark slowly winning the small chip fights here. as everyone went low and then they retreated, and that just kept happening as new fresh people came in to headbutt each other.
They've got no dome man, so that it's very difficult for them to hold these doorways over on the midpoint and get this spam in that they need. So they just claim the ground for free, seeing if they can find a pick off. The scout's on the floor. Zen wants to finish him off. He will claim the health pack just to keep himself healthy. And he's providing a nice front line. He actually gets dropped during the Uber. Oh no, bad news bears for F2 and co. He's being chased down by Smear. Smear wants it. Smear needs it, and he gets it. He's even going to back out and live to tell it. Oh, shh! No, he isn't. Oh my god, a meteorite came off in the shape of Flash from the sky and just crash landed straight on top of him. Ooh, even I felt that.
That was painful. I don't think he's too upset though. Sweden will make their way in through the left side now. This is probably the best way to go in if you don't want to get spammed. And there we go. Just going to push Denmark back and leave a scout to cap the point. F2 has just spawned now. So now he starts to pump heals into his team, and Denmark needs them.
They've got a slight Uber advantage, but they don't care. They're just rolling with it. They've got Dr. Phil, which is a big pick. Hellbo's trying to take down on Kaya, and they've lost. F2's trying to connect up to somebody. Potato's too far away. And there's too many players on this point. Blue winner says the game.
Blue winner indeed. Yeah, blue winner. Oh yeah.
Yeah, my computer is in
Swedish.
Yes.
Nice. Well, you gotta put the names of Denmark then. But yeah, either way, that was basically just like a DM push by Sweden. It's the kind of thing that I thought Denmark would excel at, but Sweden showing that they can do that too. Just not going to wait for Ubers. They did have a small Uber advantage, but just deciding to play the man advantage and just heal advantage as well.
I mean, there's 21 minutes left in the game. It's just one round. You can more than likely carry this back if you're Denmark. So I don't think they're even worried at this point. Just part of the course when it comes to TF2. They're professional, Peter.
Absolutely, they're not going to be too far. They send
the
soldier into the skybox there.
He's perfectly fine though. He must have the put for the ages to survive that. They actually pushed them out instead. They're starting to back out because it is a poor position over on Sweden. They lose her P for making that tough call, but it could have been worse there if they stayed longer.
Yeah, both teams have been pretty good at getting somewhat out and saving their medic, but a lot of people getting caught out there. Vanny just not retreating fast enough, and there's a scout 1-1 going on. Schulberg yeah, Hellberg wins the 1v1.
He's actually he's just paddle spanking people with this piping machine. He actually forces the Uber out. It's a good situation for Denmark. The Uber is still going to break him down, and Smear getting a bit greedy there. Big, you know.
Look at what Kaya and Ellie are. They're going to come in from behind Denmark.
Massive flank, and they're just going to get back capped though. There's nobody to block the point. They're throwing Schoberg, and he actually does make it in time. Cavalry has come. They've just managed to keep it alive. Kai was sent behind to like back cap, but this just allowed the respawners of Denmark to come and clean him up. Easiest med pick of their life.
Yeah, that was I didn't like that play from Denmark at all. I really think that they should have just turned around, killed some people, then started walking forward again. As it was, they just got sandwiched.
It looked like they had it for a second there. It was just maybe it just they didn't dodge the Schoberg shots well enough.
Yeah, that was definitely some shots being hit there by a scout that really saved it for them as well. So it's not just one factor going on. It rarely is in TF2.
Yeah, TF2, the complex game of our age, but nobody knows it.
Yeah.
It's like 3D chess.
3D chess on crack and speed. And every
cartoon art style.
Yeah, and then we sell it to kids. Right.
Yeah. And then make them buy hats.
Yes. We have some bit of a downtime here. F2 has a 25% Uber advantage. Normally not something you really push on Granary. Denmark could try though. They're down one round, but there's still plenty of time left in the map. So they might not go for it. It does actually look like, yeah, they're just going to Uber in right away.
Look at where Smith's positioned though. He's got, oh god, he didn't see those stickies coming, did he? He just turned around, he's like, oh god, my escape plan. Where was Dr. Phil planting those? He
in the doorway.
Yeah, but how did Smith not see it?
Oh, he was just overextended, but the Phil land bombs are real, as Onkaya has popped his Uber and not really able to use it to a whole lot. As now he's over, and now it's just a DM fight for last. Potato goes onto the point. He's going to stand on it and do his best, but this is so close. Now all the resupply comes in for Sweden, and Denmark once again botching one of these last pushes. Man, they've got to be kicking themselves for just doing this over and over again.
So this time I'm going to dedicate a player to that last hold spot. Make sure that no back capture shenanigans happen for this Sweden squad. It happened once before, never again.
Yeah, Sen gets taken down. He was trying to catch out a scout here. And
what the? Oh, I was thought Kai was the first through the door there, but no, it was actually Smear, and Vanny just saving his life there. Flash was rushing him down with a deadly pickaxe, but he will be cleaned up. Oh, almost a sniping little rocket onto. Oh, Smear actually got the chase down. Even gets the F2 kill as well. Smear is on fire right now.
Yeah, he's doing so much work. Like, he was doing really well on Gullywash as well, but he is not slowing down, it looks like. We see Falas is hiding in spawn right now as a sniper. This is very standard. You can just hide in there safely, get one safe shot off, and then switch spawn. There we go. He has been spotted.
They've completely sidestepped the flash sniper though by they forced out the back spawn from that sniper there by pressing a soldier. Herberg gets picked off because they're pushing top.
Yeah, there we go. The Ubers actually come out. So Sen forces the Uber. The question is F2 far enough away? He takes one rocket. He's dodging around. It looks like he might be able to survive.
He's still alive. The sentry gun is shooting him as well. He's just getting way too much hate from the Denmark team, but he's stayed alive for way too long. He's going to still be alive over F2. He's going to keep his heal constantly pumping into his demo man, Dr. Phil, who's trying to find an avenue to get back in. But maybe it's time for Hellberg to make that. Oh no, he's going to back out. Okay.
Denmark looking to create some sort of advantage that they can push off comfortably once they get the small Uber advantage. They have about a 30% advantage, 100 to 70. So this is Denmark's window, and I think they know it. They're definitely acting like it, so they're going forward here. But the soldier down onto F2, that's going to force him out. They do get the pickaxe rally, but there might just be a counter Uber coming in here to block this point. Denmark's just stacking it like crazy. They're not going to be able to block it with the Uber here. But Sen, once again, just committing his life to try and force these Ubers, and it's not just really working out. So he just ends up kind of dying for nothing. And now Falas comes in as well. He does get the force.
Yeah, it does put it off. I think Kai just popped his Uber there to keep everybody alive, you know, keep things under order, make sure nobody dies to this last push. They've lost Vanny, but they're just getting too many nice trades. You can even hear them chanting, nice.
Yeah. They're hyped.
Nice.
Good stuff. Denmark really need to win another mid here. I think they won the last mid, right?
I'm not sure. No, I don't think they won the last mid. I think they decided to back off. Oh wait, yeah, you're right. I'm thinking of a previous push. Yeah, they did win the last mid.
Yeah, the mids are pretty similar.
Yeah, because they lost her peep trying to back out. Yes, I remember that. It's all coming back to me. Short-term memory. There's 15 minutes left though. Still fine. Still okay.
But Denmark definitely. They've got to feel some pressure on their shoulders right now. They have to get this game back.
Dr. Phil is the bane of all map is just this health pack and getting to it. He's actually waited for the crit heals from F2 instead, and now he's entered the fight with his team, and all he gets is all the hate.
Yeah, Sen's onto Ankaya, but Sen got completely denied there by a soldier. It's still a very even fight. Falas is very weak, however. He jumps in onto Smear. Smear hasn't seen him, and Falas does get the kill, and Sjoberg as well. So Falas almost saving that mid, but in the end, Sweden ends up getting this mid, and they get to cap it out. But they did lose their medic.
It seems like a very difficult mid when your demo man can't do anything for the first couple of seconds, while Smear is like has an avenue to just send out stickies, you know, watch people's positions, contribute, and all that. And F2's busy just healing him because he can't get to a health pack.
Indeed. This seems like Smear is being so good on these maps. Ali is trying to kind of hide around the corner there, but it doesn't work.
I thought it looked like Denmark had a nice flag going on them for a second there, but now they're keeping tabs over on Sweden. They might be caught out possibly. Now they even escape as well. So both of these teams constantly poking and prodding to find the holes, but given enough respect to make sure they just don't kind of completely fuck it up. So just waiting about for now. Another little stalemate as they try and tinker up a plan about how they can do this. Maybe even, you know, waste some time.
Yeah, they could just hold here. You know, they have the freedom to do that right now. We see Scout just in the drop down might go down at some point. Looks like we actually see just Sen getting the Uber out here. So now it's a matter of, can Sen actually get out alive? So far he's been struggling to do so.
Oh, good God.
No.
Oh, F2 can't even get out as well. Vanny was on F2 duty. Hellberg just came across a random Vanny soldier. He pulls out the shotgun, has a quick fight with them. Two very low soldiers in the lunchbox area as well.
Yeah, these Ubers have just been really good for Sweden. Like Sen just almost never gets out of the fight alive after the...
Just Dr. Phil, but he's he's too low. He's by himself. Another round on the board for Sweden. This is the point where Denmark has to dig deep, Peter.
Yeah, it is indeed. They do have 13 seconds or 13 minutes.
Well, that Pokemon hat.
Yeah, that is a cute hat. He's very easy to find, and.
I think they had a little bet where bet about something. Anyway, his penalty was that he has to wear that hat all weekend long. I've seen him sleeping in it. I've seen everything.
Yeah, he probably showers with it. Like,
yep.
They're completely inseparable.
He's took the team photos with it. He's probably going to get married in it. It's for the rest of his life.
Oh yeah. At some point, like his kid's going to ask, "What the hell is that?" That's a Pokemon, and they'll
It's yours now, son.
Yeah, just pass it on for generations.
All right.
We're hitting some nice stickies there, but he actually kind of lost the spam battle to Phil this time around.
Ali! He's got the big bomb, but he hasn't got the finish. The team should follow up on that. F2's brought down low, and he will eventually get cleaned up. It's a horrible place to be in on Granary. Just constantly bouncing around your medic, trying to keep him alive, but it seems like he's bleeding out almost. He's on the beaches. Sometimes you need to let go and just attack the enemy.
Indeed, and that bomb from Ali was just absolutely massive. He didn't get any kills, but he did enough damage that his team could just kind of walk forward and get the kills themselves. So great play there by Ali, and once again, it just seems like they're putting in the nails in the coffin here for Denmark. Like every time they push these last points, it just becomes more and more difficult for Denmark to actually dig themselves out of this hole.
Yeah, they're running the sniper for now, seeing if Hellberg can call up trumps for them. I mean, at this point, they really need to put pedal to the metal. I would even advise using a Kritzkrieg to just keep the pace of the game fast and furious. Otherwise, they might see that they are doing the same scenario they're doing now, where they're just taking their sweet time. They have the overcharge, but why push? Why risk it?
Yeah.
You've got them under the thumb.
Yeah, Hellberg actually going to try and go for the hero shot there, but he gets picked up. It looks like they're sending in Ali. I don't know why, though. Like, what's he going to do? Kill the medic?
I mean, I don't know, for funsies? Oh, yep, for funsies.
Oh,
look, he's taunting him. He's shooting him with the psychological warfare.
Yeah, it's like, we can afford to do this. But that does open up the area. I don't see why they would actually send in the soldier when there's no Uber support. But now F2 has finally received his Uber, and he will pop right away. And her P actually goes down right away. So that's one pick for Denmark already, and this is a pretty good position. No one's for Sweden is really in a position to actually block this point. But look at that, Sjoberg wins the 1v1 against Hellberg, and Vanny is up top, and I think that's going to just push Denmark back.
Yep, again, it must be so demotivating to be in this under the bomb like this. It's really hard to just fight off against all these impossible odds, but they just have to dig deep and just try. They get Smear, that's a very good pick. And the soldiers are even being baited onto point. They're doing a good job of just like keeping the balance of killing people and keeping the point cleared. I mean, keep in mind, they're on that last point. If they stay alive, they get the respawners, they can make the repush happen. It's very, very easy the longer it goes.
Yeah. Sjoberg's going to escort Onkaya away. Onkaya will survive this. Denmark has gotten the recap though, and they will be in a position to push into mid.
Oh no, the sticky trap. Oh, F2! He's got sticky mind, I guess. I don't know. Hive mind.
Sticky radar.
Echo vision. He knew where those stickies were, just backed off at the second that they were deaded.
This is a very advantageous Uber for Denmark right now. It seems like they're winning the fight, but look, just as I say that, Herpé comes in and gets 2 nice kills before getting taken down himself.
Onkaya is stuck in a very peculiar situation. He's on top of the crates, and the scouts are like he's like a piranha above a fish tank. He just wants to avoid going on the floor where the deadly scouts are, but the fish will come to him. Flash jumps up, finishes him off, and Vanny's trying to poke about, see if he can revenge his comrade, and he will. He gets Flash down while they're capping the point. They don't want to really take resources away because they need those cap points quickly.
Indeed. Vanny actually somehow made it out alive. I'm kind of surprised that no one from Lego chased him down, but they didn't seem to value that too much. I guess they're just going to play off of an Uber advantage here coming up from F2. They're going to go in through the left side. with the demo man and some scouts. At least that's what it looks like right now. Now Sen has joined them as well. But they need to get the move on pretty quickly here. But look at that. The Sweden is actually already building sentries on last.
Yeah.
And like that's where they're holding.
Yeah, Ali loves his sentry gun, it seems. Every last hold, it's got a sentry gun on. I mean, why not? It feels like a 7v6 at that point. So, and you can always just change back to your class, and with the addition of the Rescue Ranger recently, it gives you even more reason to just run that Engineer's weapon.
Yeah, it just gives your sentry gun slightly more HP. And there we go, Denmark go in.
They can't kill the sentry gun. Now they finally kill it, but they've wasted so much ammo on that player. They actually managed to kill the heavy despite laying into it for so long with all this other damage. They've got so much time on the point. Now they ransack to get on top of them. Everyone's trying to get on top, and Ali, he shoots the ground, he scores, he's cleaned up everybody.
That was like 4 or 5 kills for Ali. Just on the last
Shoot ground, get kills.
Yeah, that was 5 kills for Ali just by pounding the ground there. And once again, Denmark have messed up a last push.
Oh, they see the Roman, they're trying to knock him off for Lash. He will pick up the health pack, probably sail away to his own safety. Actually, no, he can't get out. He actually does get cleaned up. Caught out there. And on Kaya, nobody saw Hellberg. They were busy dealing with Flash. He was just a mere distraction. Hellberg was the real flank as he takes out on Kaya. So that's going to make these Ubers sort of messy. But they've lost so many players that they're just going to wing it anyway, thinking how much free ground can we get whilst they try and lick their wounds over on Team Denmark.
Ali tried to jump through a sticky trap, and Phil just had like the most amazing reactionary skills there, taking him down. Vanny is still up top. He's going to get bounced back by a soldier, and he's probably just going to be running away with a neutralizer. No.
He had like 2 HP, and then he just gets pistoled from like 500 yards or something like that.
Yeah, Hellberg getting rebuffed now by some scouts. I think Hellberg's just waiting for the rest of his team to actually go in here. He's playing very aggressively right now. And Denmark now making their way in. Are they going to go in from top, or are they going in through the door? There's a sticky trap on the door, and they can see the sticky trap. So it's just a matter of actually clearing the sticky trap before they can go in.
But oh, they actually just Uber instead. I think F2 was brought down low as well, so, you know, 2 birds, 1 stone. But look at Sweden. They've just backed out already in response against this Uber. So I think the best method is really just finding a way in for free, because they just seem in such like set positions ready to back out that maybe they're not the greatest position for actually, you know, forcing somebody.
Yeah, Sweden holding pretty far forward here in their own yard. Denmark, you know, they have to be feeling pretty uncomfortable. They want to push here, but they also can't push because they're at an uber disadvantage. Sweden, they will just hold here. There's no reason from their point of view to actually push in here. Denmark might send in a suicider or something, but yeah, oh yeah, here we go. I think that's the last is jumping into the skybox. Actually, pretty close, but
Kaya, he just slaps him down. He doesn't care.
That is so ballsy. Like, that could go wrong in so many ways.
They went inside the base, and I thought he was trapped in there with Falash, but no, Falash was trapped in there with Onkaya. He gets a free slice for his trouble, so that's gonna give him a full. Well, he had the full
plus 25.
Yeah, 125%. That should be a mechanic. That sounds. That sounds.
Maybe
sick.
Hellberg tries to run through here, and Denmark actually forced on entry as well. Denmark here in general is just struggling to get through these chokes without popping. And now Onkaya is going to come in with the Uber counter Uber here, and Sen goes down once again.
They decided to take the scout taxi all the way to the back lines. F2 is like, I want to frag some nerds as well. He's got a nice slice onto the enemy Dynamo man, and Smear's like, you know what, I've seen this scenario before, I'm not going to fall for it. They actually take F2 all the way behind, and he doesn't want to die by the enemy hands, he dies by his own.
Yeah, nobody kills F2 but F2. As we see actually Thalas holding his own here in this ramp room as he finally goes down to the entire enemy team.
Dr. Phil with an unusual spot, he's going to just get a free sticky choke.
Oh, Sen actually goes in and kills Onkaya.
By her P.
Yeah, Onkaya did go down there. Dr. Phil.
I mean, mission complete. They got their midpoint with the players. Time swap cap going.
Yeah, Lego, Denmark, they might actually try to contest this, but you know, they need some more players, and Hellberg is being pretty far forward here. Take down Vanny, and now he's putting time on the point, so this has worked out pretty well for Denmark, but They still don't have any heals. There we go. The heals have finally arrived, and the 3 players that just won for Denmark have as well.
If it couldn't be any worse, you've also got Ali on sniper as well. I mean, how are you supposed to push this really in the pinpoint speedy time on Granary of all maps as well?
Yeah, Dr. Phil jumps in once again and sticks off the door, and everyone else just retreats back into their own base here. As F2 actually has a bit of an Uber advantage, and they are dot pushing here, like very greedily dot pushing, and Dr. Phil will go down. As Sen is still alive and kicking, and I think he's going to get a sniper pick right here. And here comes the Uber, and Vanny is about to go down as well. So Denmark, they've got some kills here, but it's still a very rough position. They don't have 2 good heals. So here we go. Counter Uber has come out from Onkaya as the rest of them, the Danish players, scramble to get out.
From this point, BT, you have to kind of give everything like the benefit of the doubt, because they have to make these impossible plays really, and they have to make the very hard decisions to make the uphill climb. They have to just make these pushes happen. So it may look a bit strange on stream, but when really they're just making the best of a bad situation. They're just trying to push.
They're taking big risks in order to try and speed things up.
Yeah.
And right now it's just not quite working out. Sweden are just standing up to the pressure, and it looks like they will be the ones to go into the finals to beat Finland. I
think at this point, it's just the lap of victory for Team Sweden. So with that, they take in a clean 2-0 best-of-3 sweep. And I thought it would be a bit closer than that. And to be fair, it has been both close matches. The score can be deceiving.
Yeah, just Denmark failing to convert rounds, just really hurting them here. I know that's like the most generic thing to say, but it's just been those last pushes that Denmark have really been struggling with.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best way I like to figure it is you could do 99% of things right in TF2, but if that 1% is pushing last point and you can't do that, then you get no points in TF2.
Yeah, that's the harsh truth, and it hurts. But Sweden actually picking up another round here. I don't think.
This is the point, Valve. We would like a GG mechanic in the game. That would be lovely.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Is it Pacer? Pacer, are you listening?
Yes,
Pacer. I love your work. Can you do this for us? Because then do you remember Sideshow's whole thing where he would want to you could just solve that by having a GG mechanic.
Yeah.
Right, so after 5 minutes, it's just active. But either way, we have one more mid. You can still get to see some big air shots here, and that's what we're all here for anyway.
Maybe we'll see Dr. Phil go down to this health pack again. He's actually decided to just jump in,
YOLO,
take
baby.
the fight to Smear, but he's been buffed up way too much with all this health and junk. Everyone's just trying to farm the kills. Got a direct hit thrown in. Oh, big air shot chance! Oh, he misses both of them! Oh.
But still.
Tisk Flash.
That was... was that just a Girardi or something? Yeah, from Potato. Potato probably was the MVP of that mid, just by throwing Girardi. And Potato probably...
Yeah, I wonder if... would you run a sniper to mid just to have him throw a Girardi and do some sort of strange play? I mean, it's Granary. There is a point where 5 players could be bunched up in the same spot. It could be quite devastating.
Then they've already lost, haven't they? If they're all bombed up. Oh, for that, he found a cloak spy. Paul gonna kill himself now. No, Smear does that for him.
It'd be kind of funny if they do better with this direct hit. They might think why didn't we start running this sooner?
Oh, Kaya,
the Kaya spy.
Yeah.
Nobody suspects.
Yeah, what kind of medic goes spy, right? That's gotta work.
The BM kind.
Yeah, I don't know. I always went spy as medic. I was doing that.
You always did you?
Yeah, that's just normal. I did that all the way back from Div 6 to Div Prem. So there we go. That's the secret.
Yeah, 10 seconds left now. We're going to have the logs any second now. But I guess I can put ahead of the time and ask you your MVP beta, like I always do at these LAN events.
Yeah, I think Smear is probably the MVP.
Yep. That's pretty good.
Once again.
Double MVP Smear.
Yeah.
MVP of the best of 3. You can see Sweden. I mean, the problem with these sorts of reaction things is you usually see you know, players to like jump for joy or go, oh, but when it's these dead time moments, you have to, it sinks in for a very long time that you're like, we're losing.
They have accepted their fate.
We're going to lose. We've lost.
Yeah.
Instead of like, oh fuck, we lost. I thought we were gonna win.
Yeah.
So, anywho,
it is what it is.
But yeah, we got the logs. That was quick. Well done, production.
Yeah.
All right.
I like it. That's
So good call, Smear. Most damage. I think he might have the most. No, actually, Herpy's got the most kills. Herpy was had a very good map. Really, I mean, it's usually quite strange for a scout to do so well in this position. It's usually more of the soldier and maybe partly Demoman's show, but the scouts were enjoying the game just as much as the soldiers were on Team Sweden.
Yeah. Sjoberg and Herpy have been surprisingly strong. Like they've been a force to be reckoned with, and like even from game 1, I think they've just throughout the entire thing have just been. Yeah.
While they were being uncharacteristically like happy with the Granary game, Team Denmark scouts were being characteristically unhappy during that Granary game. Look at their deaths: 20 deaths, 26 deaths. It's just they couldn't get in anywhere, it seems, without dying.
Yeah, it's really hard to win if your scouts are having bad games. And I don't know, it didn't even feel like they were overextending that much. There was sometimes, like I think there was like 2 factors in this game, and that was like the scouts were struggling to convert damage into kills, and then the Ubus were just so much better for Team Sweden. Let's have a look at some medic stats.
So 1 charge ahead actually for F2, so interesting. I guess the reputation of F2 just staying alive a lot, whilst there were times where Kaya was picked off in random places while F2 would just be the only person alive and he would run all the way back to his team.
Yeah.
So I guess it goes to show that even if you have a medic that stays alive forever, it's not going to win you the game by any means. But both teams favouring a healing their demo man, it seems. Not still getting a run. I mean, that makes sense because he's probably main calling, so he's going to want the majority. Probably the same for Smear as well. I know Smear and Onkaya kind of share the contribution. We've also got relative frags by zone. This is just telling you who's putting in the most input into a certain part of the map. And you can see that Vanny is the king of pushing their last point. Sjoberg was doing well, catching up, following and tracking down those players and cleaning up those frags on second. Herpy, that's where he was farming all those kills.
Yeah.
It was the midpoint, those mid-fights. Teamwork synergy for Team Sweden. Whilst over on the second point for the Swedes, it was actually Herpy just defending it here and there on the flank, maybe finding those picks. But Dr. Phil has something to say. He was a driving force for them, actually pushing them to last so many times. And then the Team Sweden last, it was just, again, Herpy just doing his job.
Yeah, and you can see a pretty even game where most time have been spent on the Danish side, but not by a whole lot, right?
22%. You can pretty much, it's just the contrast. Like you see, the 20%, the majority of the time Denmark spent on Sweden's half the map was on the second point because they couldn't get to that last point. And the majority of it for Sweden was they would completely roll them and get straight to last and get around of it, converted. So otherwise, 33% is very normal for Mibs.
Yeah, indeed. And kills post-Uber or
deaths post-Uber.
Yeah,
double for Denmark.
Yeah, that was a big problem once again.
So that means they're just being kited again. We could go back to the milkman himself on Kaya. There was loads of times I can remember where Zen would go in and he would force them out. He would have to try and get out. F2 was trying to get out. They would stick Banny on F2 and everybody else on Zen.
Yeah.
And it just adds up on the counter there.
Yeah, it was really brutal. And they just need to figure out another way to do it. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see more Phil Ubus.
Yeah. Yeah, so with that, we've had that count round off quite quickly, really. We didn't expect it to be like this. We expected it to go to the full 3 maps, but c'est la vie. Congratulations to Team Sweden. They will be joining Finland in our grand final. So that does leave Denmark to, I don't know, hit the, maybe they'll go to the alcohol place for me. So yeah, they're gonna go back.
You want to go to Systembolaget every single day? Maybe.
That's not true. This man's a liar, okay? You've got no proof. Okay. So, unlucky to Team Denmark. We will say goodbye to them, but they've made a hell of a game and an enjoyable best of 3. So I've been Turbotaz. Been with me has been Beta. And a big thank you to the production as well. We will see you in an hour's time for our grand final. It's Denmark. It's Finland versus Sweden. See you then.